Thank you. And thank you to NAMI-NYC for breaking the Stigma award, which is perfect because breaking the stigma is what we called our 1-hour special back in 2021 that we aired on CBS News New York. That's when I first went public about depression, attempted suicide, hospitalization, and most importantly, recovery. I had kept it secret for 6 years, only opening up to my immediate family and maybe about 5 friends. I hadn't told anyone at work, but I shared my story in 2021 because of the COVID pandemic. So many people were isolated and suffering from depression and anxiety that I wanted them to know that they were not alone and things would get better. I've learned that talking about our struggles and being open about our battles we're facing can open our doors. Don't let people, I was so embarrassed and ashamed when I woke up in that emergency room. And we don't need to be embarrassed or ashamed of living with a mental illness. Thank you. Our mental health is just as important as our physical health. The only difference is you can't see the scars. Once you open out about mental health, everyone starts talking. After our Breaking the Stigma special, some of my closest friends shared their own struggles with me, and I had no idea that this was happening with them. Now I'm an advocate. I feel so honored every time someone reaches out to me about themselves or a loved one, and I always tell them about NAMI-NYC because this group has so many support groups, free classes, workplace programs, because so often it has to come from the top. The bosses have to understand. And they have this great helpline with an actual human being on the other end. In fact, I called it today because as a journalist, you always check the numbers before you talk about it. And guess who I got on the phone? Where's Shelby? Shelby? Where are you? She's here. Okay, she's here. She's volunteering, and I got Shelby on the phone. And I was like, what am I going to say if someone is? And Shelby goes, I just said, I'm doing your gala tonight, and I just wanted to check. And she was so sweet, and she's here tonight just volunteering, and she's been on that helpline for 2 years volunteering. So I'm sorry, give it up for Shelby. She's working, she's somewhere here. But you don't have to be in crisis to call, which is amazing because they're gonna, if you need help finding a therapist, call. If you want to know how to talk to a family member or a friend, or you're worried about a loved one, call. So thank you to NAMI-NYC for all the lives that you have saved with your help and your heart. My CBS News New York family, I love you. This is our award because together we are breaking the stigma. And thanks to every single person in this room for supporting this fight. And I want to end by asking you for a favor. I'd like everyone to just take a second, think of someone you care about, who maybe you've been concerned about, just kind of in the back of your mind. They seem overwhelmed, they've stopped communicating, kind of isolating themselves because that's a really big sign there's a problem and they kind of disappeared from your life. Any of those things, I want to give you a second just to have someone in your mind, think of that person. And my favor is I'm asking you to give them a call, send them a text, let them know you are thinking about them. Because the first time I ever took off my happy, smiley mask and admitted I needed help was when a friend at work asked me if I was okay. Thank you.
I love you too. Let's take a photo, yeah? Okay.